Hey, it's Steve Thomason, and I'm here in my home studio because I want to tell you about a project that I'm working on right now called A Cartoonist Guide to the Gospel of Mark. It is the next extension of A Cartoonist Guide to the Bible, which is my ongoing online visual commentary of the entire Bible. And what I'm doing in this particular project is I'm doing a graphic novel style illustration that takes you all the way through the Gospel of Mark. And each page is keyed to the preaching text from the Narrative Lectionary in the winter of 2020. And so those of you who preach from the Narrative Lectionary, this should be a good tool for you. And on this resource, I'm going to show you how you can, first of all, access the visual commentary online anytime you want. And you can download PowerPoints. And these PowerPoints take each panel of the graphic novel and step you through the illustrations panel and word balloon by word balloon so that you can dramatically tell the story of the text. And you can download a PDF to hand out to your congregation or your students. And also there's lots of links to other resources online. And all of this is free, like legitimately free. All you have to do is click on the button, and all of my downloads are on my store called Gumroad. It's a great resource. If you've never used Gumroad, check that out. It's totally free because I'm doing this for my own research and my own preaching, but I'd love to share it with you. And it also has an option if you want to donate to the project, that anything that you give will help me to keep this website going and make it better. All right, so let me show you how it's going to work. We want to go over here. The fastest way to access it is my website is stevethomason.net. And if you go to my homepage and scroll down, you'll see right here there is a link right to it. That will be here in 2020. But if you're watching this later than that, the fastest way to get to it is stevethomason.net/Mark. That is the quick link to A Cartoonist Guide to the Gospel of Mark. Oh, yeah. So you'll see right here on the front page is an interactive illustration that walks through the entire Gospel. Part 1, chapters 1 through 8. Part 2, chapters 8 through 10, part 3, chapters 11 through 16. And these dates are keyed to the Narrative Lectionary 2020 calendar. If you hover over the date, it'll give you the title from the Narrative Lectionary and the text. First, I want to show you a couple more things on this page. If you click on this download free poster, let me show you how the Gumroad works. You click on that, it'll take you to the Gumroad store, and right here, it'll give you a little description of what it is, and you'll see that in the name of fair price, it says 0+. If you type in 0, then you click I want this, and you will be able to download that for free. Or you can type in any dollar amount you want, and I will greatly appreciate your generosity. All right, let's go back to the home page. I've also created a quick index to all the downloadable resources. So this is the boring text-based index. Each of these links will take you directly to the page on A Cartoonist Guide to Mark. But if you know the page you want and you want to just go directly to the resource, you can click on PowerPoint. Let's do this. And it will take you to the Gumroad where you can download this PowerPoint. You'll notice right here on the Gumroad site that there's a little preview that shows you some of the panels. That's pretty cool. And let's go back. There's also a handout. So let's just choose January 12th. Mark 2, 1-22. And here's the story. This is the page itself. You can scroll down. And then there's some navigation buttons. You can go to the previous page of Mark 1, go to the next page, Mark 4. You can click here to return back to the home page of Mark. And each individual page will always have a download to the PowerPoint or a download to the printable handout. Now the printable handout is an 8.5 by 11 PDF that you can print and hand out to your congregation. Now, I want to show you the PowerPoint because I think it's kind of cool. When you download the PowerPoint, you'll get each slide will take the panel, and one word balloon at a time, it will walk you through the story. I try really hard in these illustrations to not interpret what I think the text means, like as for a sermon. I'm trying to represent the text itself so that no matter where you're going with your sermon, you can use these slides to just introduce the text itself to your congregation or your students. So that is the purpose of the PowerPoints. In each PowerPoint package, there's also a zip file where you can download, and instead of running PowerPoint, you can just each image is a JPEG file, and you can use it in, like, let's say you use Presenter or whatever, you can use it however you want. Now, if you scroll down, further down each page, you'll see that I break it down. I have a little quick reference to the text, and each panel has a little bit of commentary that I have added as you scroll down. So this is just for your own resource, and I'll be expanding these all the time. And then there's more online resources. So here's a link to the Working Preacher. Here's a link to the podcast that we make at Easter Lutheran Church where I serve. And then there's always a link to the Cartoonist Guide to the Bible as a whole. And each page I will be continually expanding. If you would like me to include a link to your resources on these pages, just let me know, and I would love to include them. So anyway, that's a Cartoonist Guide to the Gospel of Mark. Let me return to the home page, and I hope that you will check this out, that you'll see this as just a totally free resource. Please reach out to me. Let me know if you have any comments or would like to add to it. Click subscribe down below if you want to keep up on what's going on in a Cartoonist Guide or visualpreacher.com. So I'm just here to try to help all of us become better proclaimers of the good news of Jesus Christ.